Hello everyone, welcome back to Let's Talk Ninjago. Today we have the second part in the series of a CMF series for each season of Ninjago. We're doing Dragons Rising first and we've got season 2 today. Now I may have mentioned in the first video, but I'll mention it here again. We are doing both parts in the series, in the CMF, the same CMF, just because I feel like some seasons you could do one for each part. Season 2 is kind of one of them. But when I looked through all of them, there isn't enough for me to have to make two series, where I feel like it'd be better just to make one. So that said, before we get into the video, if you guys enjoyed this type of video, make sure you let me know. I already have a season 3 one planned up that we'll do as well. And if you want to see season 4 once part 2 comes out, please let me know, because I like doing these videos. I like going through the photos of the series, figuring out what characters we still need, some designs of the main characters, stuff like that. It's just fun to do. So yeah, with that said, let's get into the first figure of this series. We have Administration J. Now, not the most exciting figure to start the series, but I feel like one that we definitely need. He was in this think about it, he was in this suit in season 1, in season 2, and he did have it in season 3. Obviously, we're going with the season 2 fit, so his normal J hair. We will get something with the other J hair once we get to season 3 video, don't worry. But I think it's a pretty standard figure. Just give him a normal suit with the blue tie. Obviously, it needs to be a blue tie. Give J maybe a new face print similar to this one where he's a bit confused. And then given the blaster from the administration. Yeah, pretty simple figure to start with. Next up, we have probably my number one in terms of how much I want them. Up there with one or two others in this series, but I want the Tournament of Sorcerers wolf mask sort of outfit for Frack. This is just such a good outfit. I really like how the armor piece, the Shadow Spin armor piece looks. And considering this would be a CMF series, I reckon we might be able to get the actual blue color on the armor piece. Obviously, we also get an actual Frack head, which somehow we still need. We've got Frack for 2 years nearly now, and we don't have an actual Frack head without a mask on, which is insane to me. But yeah, I mean, this is just a sick figure. Probably Frack's best design, maybe his season 3 part 1 design, but yeah, we need this figure. Next up, we've got Xantance, the Master of Plant. Xantance? Yeah, the Master of Plants. Yeah, he could have been in the Season 1 one, but he is in the Tournament of Sorcerers, and he is I didn't get to, before we get to the other, because obviously there are other elemental masters, other elemental masters on this list. I didn't put all of them in, some of them because they're too big or they just don't have a role, but I feel like I did a good job of getting all the ones that are in a decent bit. Obviously, Xantance isn't really, because he gets kicked out, but combined with the fact that he was in part 2 of season 1 a decent bit, I figured this is a pretty important figure to get. Plus, it's pretty cool. You definitely get a new head mold with the eyes and the little, I don't even know what to call them, but the things in front around here. And yeah, just another figure that I feel like we need. Then we have Zer, the Master of Reflex. Again, just a pretty cool figure to get, and plays a pretty central role in the show, so I'm pretty surprised they didn't make a figure for him. And yeah, he's very cool design. Not the most crazy design. You would probably get a new headpiece and maybe a new shoulder piece, but yeah, Zer, we definitely need a Zer. I am surprised they didn't put more, now thinking back on it, they didn't put more elemental masters throughout the wave. They definitely should have put characters like Zer and Frack, Xantance. We'll get to some others, probably not the others because they're not too big characters, but I'm very surprised we hadn't already have a Zer and we didn't already have a Frack. And yeah, next up we have we have Gandalaria. We need now another figure that I am surprised we haven't got yet. Maybe she'll end up coming out next year in a legacy set. Not too sure. Considering the fact that she is decently in season 3 as well. We do need this figure. She's in season 2 a lot. She's a pretty big. She's not a main character, but she's in. Well, I think they find her in episode 5. Then she's in the season from then on. Obviously, she created Bonzel. She's quite an important character to the history of Ninjago. So, Gandalaria we could come with a coconut accessory for her copy. And yeah, I think that's another figure we need. Then we have, I had to write some of these names down because I couldn't remember them. We have, I believe it's Telk, the Master of Sound. Obviously, same head as Kalmar, but in a green, which I just think would be sick to get. He's got quite a cool design, and yeah, he's not the craziest character, but he would be very cool to get. And when I'm thinking of this series is the most exciting to me out of all the Dragons Rising ones, because I can just imagine having all these figures and putting them on display for the Tournament of Sources and just looking so nice. Like, they really should think about making something like this. It is probably a bit too late for season 2, but yeah. Next up, we have Obscuria, the new Master of Shadow. Again, she would be using the wild style from the Lego Movie 2. That sort of, what would you call it? I guess, well, yeah, that piece on her neck. Forgot it. Scarf sort of piece. There we go. Same hairpiece as, like, yeah, they've already got this hairpiece. Not a crazy figure to make, but one we could definitely get. Then we have Maud, the Master of Surface Tension. I just think this would be a cool figure to get. Obviously, her power is not that cool, but getting another Months is pretty good. I like her hairpiece, and the face paint across her face does make her unique compared to the other Months. So, that'd be a cool addition. Then we have, this one is Algu. I think that's how you say it, the Master of Figment. And I put Kizzy, the Master of Balance, with him, just because these two are a bit small, like lesser roles. I did put Algu, I did put him in the tournament outfit. I was going to put Telk, but I thought he'd look cooler like that. The reason I did this is because, similar to what I did with Percival with the season 1, I think getting these uniform outfits that were in the season a lot is pretty cool. And this isn't a character, like, it's not the coolest design anyway. And I used this as a way to get that outfit. Then you can put it on the J, you can put it on Frack, you can put it on any of them. And you still get the new hat piece with Algu. Plus you get Kizzy, get sort of the Tide mold, which, even though I don't like them, we could end up getting Lightning Tides in the future. It's a good mold to have if Lego makes it. So yeah, 2 for 1 there. Then we have the Killer Robot, the Assassin Bot. Again, pretty simple design, quite similar to the Helper Bots from the Tournament of Sources. But I just really like his design. I like how the hood looks, and yeah, he was a pretty important character in the marketing. I remember us thinking, like, who is this character? Obviously, it turned out to be nothing, but pretty important to get, I think. Then we have probably my most surprised that it isn't already a figure, and one that needs to be a figure. Normal Tournament of Sources Raz, Pink Raz. I'm so surprised this isn't a figure. It's kind of lazy on Lego that it is. It's literally the red one reprinted in the pink color. He's like this in most of Season 2 Part 2, most of Season 3 Part 1, and a fair bit of Part 2. Like, we need this outfit for Raz. It's probably the most, how would you put it? The outfit that's been on screen the most that hasn't been made in the show, if you know what I mean. So this is an essential, not the craziest pick, but definitely one we need. And then to wrap it up, final figure, we have Zakar. I feel like probably initially with this season, I wouldn't include Zakar, but given the fact that there's so much rumors about Zakar around Raz, stuff like that, I just think it's kind of an essential character. I feel like lots of fans have grown to really like, or really be interested in Zakar. And obviously you get the Raz mold. He wouldn't have the little sort of tassel thing on his chin, but green eyes, have the blue color. Just another great figure to get. Like, yeah. So with that said, that's gonna wrap up the CMF series for Dragons Rising Season 2. Let me know your guys' thoughts on my picks. Did I forget anyone important? Is there anything you changed? Yeah, and if you're enjoying this series, let me know. I might do a full, once I've done all four, once Season 4 comes out, I might put them all in one long video. But yeah, let me know your guys' thoughts on the video. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.